What up, people? December 31st, man. You know what that means to some people, man. It means it's a new year coming. It's New Year's Eve. That's what it means to most of the world. Some of the world already in 2019 already, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the timing ain't important. It's all about the action. So, I'm glad I'm not seeing a lot of people say new year, new me. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you became a new you when you decided to become a new you. You didn't wait until a certain point in the year or end of the year or whatever the case may be to make a change that you knew you should have made at that time. For me personally, this is going to be, I don't know, this is going to be like an age of discovery for me, man. Like, I'm always trying to learn, but I'm trying to learn even more now. I'm trying to, like, push the envelope and learn so much in a short period of time, man. Like, I spend time looking at my son, like, just go from, like, with my daughter, I didn't do the step-by-step thing. Like, I didn't truly watch her grow. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute she was crawling, the next minute she was walking, and I was like, oh, cool, you're walking. Like, with my son, since he the last of this breed, you know what I'm saying? I'm just watching him, man, and it's just amazing to see when he learned a new word. Like right now, he saying, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, because, you know, that's what his brother and sister say. So, you know, everything that's supposed to have a yeah or no response is now yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, even when he talking to a sir, but we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? But just the fact of just seeing him go from not talking to talking more, from not doing certain things to stepping it up and doing those things, like, it's just amazing. And I feel like my progression this year has been that same way. Like, you know, starting off with an old terrible credit score, not even worth mentioning, to jumping up 200 points and trying to go further to where, you know, we can get these units that we looking to get. What else? Just learning how to be a better father, learning how to be a better husband. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't realize it at first. In between my last marriage and my marriage, I didn't realize how bad of a husband I was, I guess. You know, like, once the old relationship ended, I was like, I became a changed person. But I became a changed person for me, not necessarily for a relationship, but for me. You know what I'm saying? And once I got with my wife, like, I started to realize that, you know, even though I felt I was better, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't mean that I was better for her. So, you know, I spent this year becoming a better person for her and, you know, for us as a relationship, as a family, as a whole, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I did that. I got some people out of my pockets this year. Like, that was a beautiful thing. And what I mean by that, man, I don't want people to take that the wrong way. I paid off, you know what I'm saying, vehicles. I say we, my household. We paid off vehicles, so we got them out of our pockets. Paid off any debts that we had. We got other people out of our pockets. I started the year off with a whole lot of artists, and you know what I'm saying, like, for anybody who don't know about music, when you have artists, even if you doing everything yourself, like, it comes with a fee. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot as far as time, it's a lot as far as money, it's a lot as far as energy, and it's a lot as far as effort. And I came into this new year and, you know, I don't really have artists like that anymore. It's like, it's kind of cool to say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because 10 years I had artists, and through the course of the 10 years of having artists, you know what I'm saying, it ended up being a situation where it was like, I love them, but I was putting in way more effort than what I was getting back. at least in my opinion, in their opinion, they might felt like I ain't did nothing. But, you know, in my opinion, I felt like I was doing a whole lot of work that wasn't paying off because the artists had talent, but they wasn't willing to push the talent to where I felt they could go. And these ain't people that I just played with. Like, I really believed in these people, still believe in them to this day. I wish they would believe in themselves. And I'm a fan of these people. So, you know what I'm saying? I would hope that I could still hear new music from these people. You know what I'm saying? But, well, one of them still working, you know, shout out to them. But, I don't know, man. Like, it just felt good to be able to, you know, leave for the weekend and not feel like holding the artists up from being creative, from being able to get in the studio and do their thing, be able to, you know, go out of town with my wife and not feel like I'm holding people up from doing what they need to do. Like, just being on my own time, because for, like I said, over 10 years of my life, I've been on other people's time. You know, so it was like I always had a session. Every week I had a session. And during the week I had multiple individual sessions based on those artist schedules. And it was like, you know, for every problem that they had, everything that went wrong, they could say, oh, I'm having money trouble, so I won't be to the studio this week. But I could never say I'm having money trouble, so the studio won't be open this week. Like, that was unacceptable. And it's like, it just became, I don't know, it became like a burden. And something creative and art should never become a burden. So I'm just, you know, I'm happy for all of those people, but I'm also happy for myself, happy for my family that we get to do more things. I get to choose to do projects that actually pay, you know what I'm saying, and actually see the fruits of my labor, if that makes sense. So this went a little long-winded, more than I expected, but I just want to say, man, like, we did some great things this year. We put out some great projects. Like, I found, like, my creative space, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to tell stories. I like to make mini movies, and, you know, soon I'll be getting into making, you know, big movies. And it was just fun to be able to find your creative space and still do music, still make beats. Shout out to the people who, you know, bought beats from me. Shout out to the people who, you know, got me on features and stuff like that. Like, I love music. I love making music. I'm just not into the drama and lazy aspect of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to sit down and create. The same thing with making movies and doing projects when it comes to videos. Like, I don't want to sit down with you for 8 months planning what's going to happen. I want to write it out, plan it out, and shoot it and get done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like sitting around playing with projects, and by the time